So next level of testing is a system testing. So we have seen unit testing, component testing, integration testing, how developers will join, what we'll do as an integration testing we have seen. Now let's discuss what is system testing. A system testing is combine all the combined module, right? So integrated environment. So you will integrate all the modules, right? Testing the whole system against the functional requirement document. The main focus of system testing is you will test entire system. You will get all the integrated module of whole application, and that will check against the system requirement specifications. As a combined unit, as a whole application, how it behaves, you will check here. So this will be executed on the staging environment. Staging environment, we call this. On this environment, all the individual modules will be combined and deployed. From module testing, the code will move to development to module or component testing. From component to integration to staging environment. So in the staging environment, one integrated code will be moved to staging environment. In the staging environment, you will perform different kinds of test cases here. Like you will do complete one functional flow. So as this functional flow testing, also called black box testing, testing the whole system against a functional requirement document is called testing, system testing, we call this. Testing the whole system against a functional requirement is called system testing, also black box testing, we call this. So in this system testing, what you will look, what are the different categories you will do? You will do regression testing, functional testing, and more, right? Different kinds of testings you will perform. So you have a GUI testing. So GUI testing, basically you will look and feel, you will check how the application looks and looks. So whether look and feel is good or bad, you will check that. That's the first UI testing, we call this. Spelling mistakes in the web pages, in every page you have to check for the spelling mistakes. Any spelling mistakes are there or not, you have to check. And alignment issues, so properly they aligned or not. So all the buttons, check boxes, so text is aligned properly or not, you will check that. That's the alignment issue, so we'll check basically. So that's a part test case in the GUI testing. And consistency, so whether the consistency is proper or not, you will check. Consistency means so all the pages, tabs, font, color, everything same or not, you will check. That's a consistency. And also tab order. When you press the tab order like this, so if you open this, so the tab order will open, right? If you go here and if you press a tab, where is the tab? See, now it is in the tab skip to main content. Then it will go to Amazon logo. Then it will come to Prime. Then it will be delivered to that address. Then all category drop down and aid box. Then the search torch icon button. Then India flag. Then this one. See, the tab is moving left to right. So is it correct or not? Tab is moving properly or not? See that? Now it came here. From here it is moving on. So you press the tab key in the keyboard and the tab order is proper or not, you will check. See that all this font size is proper. And also all are in the same line, aligned properly. It's not overlapping. So see that this stars and this limited period, that is not overlapping, right? And this price also, see that this price is not overlapping with this. There is some space, everything like that. It's not overlapping anywhere. You cannot find that. It's all consistency and aligned properly. See that the check boxes in the same line it is aligned, and text also same line it is aligned. So this is all the consistency and aligned properly or not, you can check that. That's alignment and consistency is proper or not. This see that. So this image same and same line, this below image also planned. See that all are in the aligned properly. It's not one is in this side, one is in the right side. It's not like that. It's all in the correct line. That's the proper. Even see, you can find here. Even you can find here. The text is started here. It also starts at the same point. All are aligned same line. That's the alignment. Okay. This is the alignment issues. Any alignment issues are there? Any consistency is missing or not? Tab order is proper or not? Spelling mistakes are there or not? Color contrast is proper or not? So these are all the UI test cases you have to do. So that's a UI test cases means. And next you will check for positive testing. And the positive testing means testing the application by inputting valid data and positive flow. Positive flow you will continue. That's called positive testing or HappyPath testing we call it. What is this example? Entering valid username and password and then click the login button, it will log into your application. It's a positive testing. And positive flow means, positive functional flow means continuing. So there is a login only one scenario, not right? There are so many scenarios. Clicking on the one link, right? One link, and it will just tell you, right? So this, when you click on this, it is going to the next page, then continuing next page. So this is all a valid flow. So that valid flow, functional flow is happening or not. So that's a positive testing means. And negative testing means testing the application by inputting invalid data and aborting the transactions in the middle. For example, I want to buy a product. What I will do, I'll go and I'll input first wrong product name. That's invalid input data. Proper input data I'm not giving. That's a negative test. And also, okay, you searched it, then you add it to the cart, then you are aborting there, you are deleting there. That's a negative test. You're not continuing further. You are aborting in between the transaction. For example, the payment is happening, you are stopping the payment in the middle. It should not go further. So that's all the negative testing how we'll do. And system testing is carried out on staging environment by testers. This is done by testers on staging environment. That's a negative testing, positive testing, GUI testing, all in the combined whole application. You will test all these kinds of different testings on this. That's a system testing means. Then system integration or end-to-end test. End-to-end testing means you start somewhere and end some other place. Continuous one flow. Like you want to search a product. From search a product to add to cart, then payment gateway, then confirmation. That's a one end-to-end test. That's a end-to-end test case means. Suppose you log into Gmail. You log into Gmail, compose an email, click on send, and then log out. That's a one end-to-end. Then log into Gmail and then check sent mail. The sent mail is showing or not. That's one end-to-end flow. And then you log into Gmail, click on compose, but don't send. Whether it is going to draft or not, you check it. That's one end-to-end flow. This is the end-to-end testing. It's similar to system testing, but system testing is very deep inside. You will go all positive, negative, QA testing. But end-to-end testing is not like that. One complete flow you're going to check. That's the end-to-end testing. So end-to-end testing is similar to system testing, whether each request is interacting with all the components of application or not. That is called system integration testing or end-to-end testing. Are you clear on end-to-end testing and system testing?
Yes, sir.
The complete one flow. So your use cases, you just think, and complete flow has to finish. That's a one end-to-end flow. Okay, so suppose what are all in the end-to-end flow I told in the Amazon, you are searching a product, and then searching a product means logic will be targeted. Logic is what? That application layer, middle layer, and it will go there. And content displaying is in the web server. So whether it is there or not, if it is there, the requested product, it will come down here. Then you want to add to the cart. That's a logic. So which product you are adding, and then payment gateway, and also and you are placing the order ID will generate, right? That order ID will store in the database. So you are interacting with the different components in your end-to-end scenario. So that is called system integration testing or end-to-end. Okay, so are we cool? That's a system integration or end-to-end test. What is acceptance testing means? Acceptance testing means the main goal of acceptance testing is to verify whether the system as a whole is fit for the use in the real world or not. That's what you're going to check. So the customer is, so first, so you will check before releasing to the customer, one round of testing in the company inside will happen, and you will give a demo to end users, and end users also will test before releasing to the final. So acceptance testing is performed both internal and externally also. Remember, company inside also will be done and outside also will be done. So internal acceptance testing performed by the members within the organization. So this is also called alpha testing. External testing is performed by a limited number of actual end users. So this approach helps teams evaluate how well the product satisfies the user's needs and requirements or not, will check. So alpha testing takes place inside the company location. A cross section of potential users and members of the developers organization are invited to test the system, whether all the user cases are working or not inside the company. You will check this alpha testing before releasing the application to the end users. That's the alpha testing means. Alpha testing is carried out by independent testing team. So this can be done on the pre-live environment. Pre-live means before going to live. So this is also called UAT environment. UAT testing also we call this. UAT testing also we call this. And then beta test. Beta testing or field testing sends the system to a cross section of users who install it and use it under real world working conditions, whether it is working or not. The end users, you are not going to participate there in the beta testing. Beta testing means in the real world, who wants it, and they will give it to some customers and they will test it. They will try to use the system. So all the observations, bugs, they will note it down and send it to the company to fix all those things, or some improvement needed. They will improve them, and what they want, what they are expecting, all this will be sent in the mail to a company. So these are all the bugs we found, and these are all the issues we found. These are all the improvements we need, and this functionality is missing here. So all this, because they are the one who is going to use the application, and as per their users needs and requirements, the application is working or not, they will check. That's what the alpha testing and beta testing. So once the alpha testing, beta testing is done and everything perfect, no issues found, then what we'll do, we will deploy the code in the production environment. A production environment is who is actually testing. So who is actually using. Now Gmail is a production environment, Google production environment, Facebook production environment. So what we are using, customers using, right? We are the customers, right? We are using that. So that's a production environment. So these are all in the company inside, and this we don't know. These are all levels. As a tester, you will perform your one feature testing these many levels. So UAT environment, and user checks inside the company and outside the company. Customer checks as per his requirements, the application is working or not. Now once this is done, the code will move from pre-live or UAT environment. UAT means user acceptance testing. UAT environment to production environment. Production environment is not only one node, more than one will be there. One will keep in the ideal state, other one is in functional, other one is working. So what will happen? The functional one they won't touch. First ideal state is there, right? That one, this pre-live environment code will move to there. All the code will deploy in the ideal state environment. Once it is deployed, all the code, the new code here, in the pre-live in the production ideal server, and then they will test one round of testing whether all the features are working. A very sanity testing they will do that, right? Whether it is working or not, all features they will test once. Once it is working, what they will do, this working one, already working one, right? They will stop that and they will switch on this first. So new code deployed, right? That new code deployed server they will switch on, another one they will deploy, other one they will stop, and on this existing server which was stopped now, and the same code will be deployed there also. And it is operating. You won't feel that server went down, the website went down. You won't feel that, because immediately they will switch on this and they will stop this. One server in the standby, one server in the operational, one server is working. So that's why even the code deployment happens also, you never feel that, right? So did you feel any time the Facebook went down or Gmail went down or Google went down? We never feel that, right? Because all this is how the coding will move from development to testing to integration to staging to pre-live. Pre-live is nothing but UAT testing, UAT environment. From UAT to production, the code will move. So these many levels of testing if you do, then only the feature will be released to the customer. And all these environments are not applicable, not visible, not accessible by outside people. Only inside the company, who are the team in the testing team, they will only access. And these environments are not accessible by others. Only production environment site can be accessed. So that's the complete test levels. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah. So that's how code will move from development to production environment. So these are all important points. You should understand this. Okay. Now let's move on to next test plan. So what I will do, I'll just do one thing.